Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Conrad and Michelle, If Words Could Kill. So this is based on a true story about the two teenagers. One, they're in love or they're dating, whatever, and the one boy decides to commit suicide based on her texts. She convinces him to text. This was just recently in the news, pretty recent. So it's a made-for-TV movie, Lifetime movie. Lower expectations. IMDb has now given it a 6. I shouldn't say IMDb. It's rated as a 6 on IMDb. Only 164 users have rated it, and it stars Bella Thorne. So I don't know. Could be pretty good. I'll get into it a little bit and see what it's like. It's only an hour and 23 minutes, and we'll see. All right, stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Conrad and Michelle, If Words Could Kill. Credits are actually over. Whatever. Whew. There are no check-ins tonight. It's not needed. I mean, you understand what this movie's about if you've read the papers and you know what's going on. So for me, going into it, I just knew about the ending. Not going to spoil it for you because, again, this was in the news, but how she told him to get back in the truck, right? That's everything that I've read was, was she at fault for his suicide, at least somehow to blame for what he did. But this movie tells the entire story. So there's one scene where they're reading from the text, and the guy's reading a book, like a punch hole, like a binder full. That's a binder full of these texts. And that's essentially what this movie is about. So it starts off at the end, and then they go back to how they met, how they built the relationship, and everything that they went through. So Conrad, obviously, he suffered from some form of depression, social anxiety, really struggled. And Michelle, who's played by Bella Thorne, and I thought she did fantastic. She's got that kind of character down. But she plays somebody with her own mental issues. An eating disorder, I think, is the biggest thing that she has. But I think there's obviously some other issues within there. The need to belong is another issue. I don't know if there's a medical term for that, but anyway, all of that is what led them down this path. And the movie is really about their texts back and forth. It wasn't just one or two. It was a whole series leading up to this. Thousands of texts, which I now realize it was in the newspapers or in the news and the things that she had said to him to help him make the decision to commit suicide. So it's not knowing the full story like I did, this was very eye-opening for me. Unbelievable. And then you see, because at the first I was like, well, what's really true and what's really not true? But everything in text is true because they got that from there. And then anything else that she had done publicly is shown here. So I don't want to, because I think it's part of the interesting fact if you watch it yourself instead of me telling you everything that was in there. But it's like, there's times where I'm like, oh, it's cringeworthy what she had done if this is all true, and a lot of it is through text, so I don't see why it's not true. Unbelievable, an unbelievable story. As I said, I think Bella Thorne did a fantastic job of playing the type of character that this Michelle ended up being in this movie. With the issues that she has, a sense of belonging, really all about herself, and and the way she play. Like, I'm thinking to myself, this Bella Thorne has got to play some nice characters here in the future because she's developing this kind of, she's pigeonholing herself into these characters in some of the movies that I'm seeing her in. But anyway, tough one, cringeworthy, hard to watch at times. Not because it's poor acting or anything like that, just the story. I really lost myself in the story than I did. I only really recognized her character and how well I think she did displaying what I think they were trying to go for there. Otherwise, I thought it was pretty good for a Lifetime movie just because I really wanted to learn more about the situation and what had happened here. And it's a shame, you know, what happens with these teenagers nowadays, that they feel that this has to, you know, they have to take these sort of actions. And, you know, for him, he was just graduated high school, you know, was going to go to college, potentially. You know, he was accepted to college, got a full ride, but, you know, was also got his captain's license to sail a boat and stuff like that, because that's what his dad was into. You know, a really good story there for him, but again, he dealt with some issues that he could never get past, and then her part in all of this is just surreal. So, you know, if you don't know too much about it, this helps you learn more what happened in this whole story here, and it's, whew, like I said, I don't know what more to say than cringeworthy or like this. As far as being a movie critic, Lifetime did a fantastic job, I think. I don't think anything was, you know what I mean, they kind of forget that Lifetime produced it. Nothing wrong with Lifetime, but usually their movies aren't, you know, like blockbuster type movies, and I thought this one was good enough to get the point across of what this was intended to do. So anyway, I don't want to talk about it anymore. That's it. Sorry there was no check-ins, but you didn't need it. There's my story for you. Check it out if you're interested in it. You know, if you don't really care about it, don't watch it, because it's painful in that sense. So I did it for you, so now you can make your own decision. But if you do watch it, love to hear from you. You know, give me comments, let me know what you think about the movie. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully next time you tune in, we'll have a better uplifting story or movie to watch, and we could share it together. So, alright, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.